And for another episode of the Game of Cryptos. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm going to do a little small updated video about a previous video I did months ago going over the projection of how I see the rest of this bull run playing out, from, of 2025, because this is supposed to be the most, the last year of this 4-year cycle is supposed to be the most bullish. Again, it's supposed to be. Everyone, if you go and look back at previous charts of Bitcoin altcoins in 2021, around, late January, early February, March, the market was going up. Altcoins were putting in newer highs. You had coins like you had cryptos like Solana putting in new all-time highs. A lot of cryptos were actually starting to make people in retail a lot of gains. So this time around, it is different. Yes, we saw Bitcoin have dips of 30%, and whatnot. And I know a lot of people are comparing like, hey guys, this is normal. But guys, what is different in this bull run is you guys have to admit it does feel different. And the difference is all the money, a lot of the liquidity really went into mainly just Bitcoin, and it didn't flow into the altcoins, at least not really yet. Yes, you had a few altcoins that did really, really well against Bitcoin. Solana at one point was outperforming Bitcoin and did really well. Arguably, yes, Solana is getting a lot of flack and a lot of crap because of the BS going on with a lot of the memes. But at the end of the day, the Solana blockchain hasn't done anything wrong. It hasn't even really gone down as much as it used to in the past. And if you look at the price action, Solana, guys, actually, went at the bear market lows in like 2022 was at like $8, and it went all the way up to like almost $300. So Solana's doing just fine. Sui's another crypto that has been doing really well, was outperforming and getting a lot of allocation with a lot of cryptos. But I'm kind of getting beyond my point. My point is the market does seem a little different. And a lot of right now, as we look at this drawing I have, these green arrows is where, at least projected, at least from my research from previous bull runs, of where the tops are or were supposed to be. The first one being May or April of 2025, and the second one being October, somewhere around October, November of 2025. That's what happened in the previous bull runs. In the last cycle, we saw two peaks. One in the earlier years of 2021, around April or May, and then we saw another cycle peak around November of 2021. So if history were to repeat, that's what we were supposed to see. But as we have seen and looked at the Bitcoin chart right now, actually, let's go to it. Currently, we have peaked out just under $110,000. We peaked out so far late December. We originally hit that new all-time high, and then we tapped it, kind of flirted with it again in late January. So, a lot of people were wondering, and like me, we're like, what's going on? Why are things happening differently? Well, as you can see from this orange line right here, I'm starting to think that, and this kind of follows up from the previous video, that the big whales, the market makers, they are aware that people like me, all the other YouTubers you watch, and other retail, they're aware that the everyday person is getting smarter, that they're looking at these charts in the previous history. Retail is getting smarter, some retail is getting smarter, I'll say. But overall, you had people that got into crypto last cycle and have had 3-4 years to study the markets, to study the charts, to study trends. And what I think is going on, yes, there are macro factors at play, but what I really think is going on is that the market makers are aware of everyone knowing the previous patterns, how Bitcoin is supposed to flow, how the market's supposed to go. So they're playing games. And I think it would be interesting, instead of those, two random peaks in the market, early Q1 of the last year of the bull market and Q4 of the last year of the bull run, what if we get a peak in the middle? There's that saying, sell in May, go away, market dips. Well, in many ways, we're getting that deep market dip now, at least for, part of Bitcoin and a lot of altcoins, and alts are just getting obliterated. So wouldn't it be interesting? And again, guys, none of this is financial advice. This is just me speculating heavily here. But what if we get a top, in summertime, maybe late May, June, or July? I slightly kind of hesitate here putting August, but what if we get a top around May, June, or July? What if these market makers plan on getting out when everyone least expected? What if it's then? Because as you can see from previous history, we topped around April or so of 2021, and we had topped again in November of 2021. But what if this time around we peak in the summer when things are usually supposed to be quiet, when everyone goes on vacation, when people are enjoying the summer and the weather and all that? What if that's when actually peak euphoria and the mania comes? It would catch everyone off guard. It's not what people would have expected. And if this bull run has taught us anything, is to expect the unexpected. Years ago, people would have told you were crazy if you ever thought Bitcoin would reach an all-time high before the halving. This was the first bull run will Bitcoin hit an all-time high even before the halving. No one expected that, and look what happened. So I think something like this is not out of the equation. I think this is very possible, and I think it's it's good to entertain these ideas and have a plan. Because yes, it does change kind of, your timeline of, okay, when you thought you were maybe going to scale out of the market, sell or whatever, if you were planning on selling. And I think it's just good to think of these scenarios. Again, none of this is financial advice, but it's something I'm thinking and considering. I'm like, we might not top out late 2025. Maybe, maybe we peak in the middle of the year. Something that no one is really talking about, and I think that could be a possibility. So this video, just checking in with you guys. I know it's been rough, it's been tough seeing this dip that we've had recently in Bitcoin, and we went all the way down to the $78,000, and I hope that, we're going to get this retest of around 90,000. I really hope this 90,000 does not turn into resistance. It was a huge level of support. Because, guys, if we do break down from here, if we start testing the previous bull run highs, which was around 69, 70,000, if we get not only a daily close, but a weekly close around the previous old all-time high, that's when I would get nervous. That's when I would really start thinking, okay, has this bull run peaked? I'm still in hopes that we still continue. I'm still in hopes that we will test this 90,000, we'll break above it, we'll go back up to old all-time highs, and then we'll see where it takes us if we go to 140, 150 or plus. So I'm optimistic, and I'm thinking we're going to go up from here into, again, new all-time highs, 120s, 130s, 140s. So these next couple weeks, March, I think is going to be very telling of, what ends up happening the rest of this bull run. I think we'll look back in a year and we'll be like, okay, March was the deciding time. This is the game time. Everything's bubbling down to this moment. And I think the market will show its cards of what it's going to do. The market makers are going to show we're still going bullish or we're going bearish. So let me know in the comments, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys still bullish? Do you think that Bitcoin will put in a new all-time high here soon, sometime in 2025, or do you think that the bear market is here and the bull market has ended? So yeah, guys, I hope you guys learned something from this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.